Makaitshura ya mofela mo kopanong eno ya mofuta wa yone e kgethegileng mme re ramogela all media houses present today to this momentous occasion. We also welcome the Khosana tsa rona tse di teng fano tsa Barolong Boo Seleka Traditional Council, the royal family members who are present here today, and everyone present, including myself. Let me introduce to you our guests today in this media briefing. I will start with the old man next to me, who is Re Maleho Israel Khoronyane. He is the member of the royal family of Barolong Boo Seleka here in Thaba Nchu, in the household of Kgosi RTPM Moroka. And we also have Barent Ace. He is the member of AfriForum. His title is too long. he will expatiate on that when it comes to his when his time comes. And may I also request on the Khoronyane to introduce our Kgosi.
Dumela bagaetsho. Nna ka tiro ga jaana ke nnye thata mme ke itisang tlotla e kgolo mo go lona. Ke tla yana ke ema yana bagaetsho le a itse le botlwaetse sekgantshwana sa Barolong ga bo ile le bogosi ke ene o ke itisenyele gompieno ke ene motho o ka buang ha o bua wa re ke ene monga dikgang ke ene motho o tlo gore begela dikgang tse le mo utlwele mo mosong ha bua ke yang o tlo go tswella a tlhalosetsa rona ba senang di-radio gore go diragala eng ke a leboga rra Motlhala
A ke leboge Re Khoronyane ka mafoko a makhutsana go tlhalosa le go bega kgosi ya rona. May I straightforwardly go to you, Barent, to start with the presentation today.
Thank you so much, Lazarus. I am Barent Ace. I'm Head of Intercultural Relations and Cooperation at AfriForum. Now, AfriForum are involved with a couple of agricultural development projects with some network partners like SAI, the Southern Africa Agri Initiative, a network of family farmers. And we really do understand that security of tenure, or to put it a different way, to be certain about the land that you are using is a key requirement for development. Because it's really very simple. If you have too much uncertainty, how will you invest? Because too much uncertainty brings too much risk, and then people are not very likely to invest. And because of our involvement with intercultural agricultural development projects, we sought a legal opinion to determine the most streamlined process for traditional communities to obtain ownership of their land. And it's really important for all citizens and all communities to understand that most of the traditional communities, of course, they have land, but the state are currently the owner of that land. The state is like a guardian for that land. And of course, that means that to, for instance, ensure surety of land or certainty of tenure, you've got multiple parties involved, not only the traditional community itself, but also the government as a role player. Now, the legal opinion that we obtained indicated that the most streamlined process traditional communities can follow to obtain ownership, legal ownership of their land is the upgrading of Land Tenure Rights Act, and that is Act 112 of 1991. Now, I'm just going to read a few sections of this act for everybody to understand what it's about. Now, the first really important point is section 21, which says, a tribe, and this is the language used in the act, may request the minister to transfer tribal land, the control of which vests in the tribe, to the tribe in ownership. Okay, and then section 22 states, if the land has been surveyed, the minister may take steps to transfer the land concerned to the tribe in question. Now, where we are today, in the area of Barolong Boo Seleka, the land of Barolong Boo Seleka is surveyed. It consists of multiple surveyed farms. So, of course, what I just read is applicable to Barolong Boo Seleka. Now, of course, there might be traditional communities where this is not the case, where the land is not surveyed. And in that case, the section 20, number 3 states, if the land has not been surveyed, the minister may designate any person to investigate the feasibility of the request and to submit a report and recommendation to him or her in regard thereto. And then the rest of the section explains the process, but the most important is that the minister, whatever decision is taken, the minister needs to inform the community in writing. And I think the last important thing to say is that we really want to encourage traditional communities to make use of this method of section 20 of the upgrading of Land Tenure Rights Act whilst it remains in our law. Because if section 46 of the Communal Land Rights Act, and that is Act number 11 of 2004, is put into operation, this section 20 will likely be repealed. So we believe that this is the most streamlined process and method currently available to traditional communities that want to take ownership of their land, and we really want to encourage traditional communities to take the necessary steps so that this can happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Barent. We will now proceed to Ndate Khoronyane.
Gape ke le dumedise bagaetsho. Nna se se teng se seleng sa lona se kgotla e se labalabelang jaaka le utlwa re Barent ha bua a re kana mo ke mo ga lona bagaetsho. Mme le mo ga lona ra itse thaile di yone e go the minister. Rona re tlo go lwa. Go kopadiwa tse di nenteng ka 1833 ha Kgosi Moroka tsena gore ete mo puisanong ya rona mmogo e etswa ka tlhaloganya gore kana Thaba Nchu ke wa territory ke ha se la rona le batlilweng se mmuso sentle ya sa rona go etla mo re a se buang re tlo gatela re kopa gore ministera le president ba itse tota gore kana Thaba Nchu e rekile kwa Moshweshwe go se Moshweshwe ke sone se se re nteng mo go sone gompieno se re itumella go nna teng ga lona le go le tlo go utlwa gore se re se labalabelang se mma rona mo a se labalabelang a re e le ene o re mo tshepileng a re buella gore le AfriForum gore e ke dilo tsa rona di ka boya mo matsogong a rona gape ke yone kgwetlo e kgolo mo go rona gompieno eo gore re itse gore Thaba Nchu e tsamaya ka mokgwa o ntseng jang. Ke a le leboga ba rona gaetsho. Thank you.
Are leboge re Khoronyane, and thank you Barent as well from AfriForum. Re Khoronyane, as you remember, he is a member of Barolong Boo Seleka Traditional Council and the member of Barolong Boo Seleka Royal Family Council in the household of the late Kgosi RTPM Moroka. Now I will hand over to Kgosi Gaboilelwe Moroka to also give us a word.
Ki dumedise Barolong Boo Seleka, ki dumedise dikgosana tsa gaetsho, ki dumedise balosika botlhe ba ba leng teng, morafe wa Barolong Boo Seleka ki le dumedisa ka pula. As we know, the land issue has been the big elephant in the room. And this has been a conversation that's been going on for years. We recently, as the institution of traditional leadership in the country, held a national land summit where we all agreed on the resolution that was taken in 2017 already by the sector, that the 13% of land that is held in trust by the minister, which belongs to communal areas, and by communal areas we mean areas that are led by traditional leaders, should be transferred to the respective traditional communities. Now, Barolong Boo Seleka, we understand the importance of having control over the land that we are custodians of. And this is largely influenced by the challenges that we see today in our country: poverty, inequality, hunger, and the decay in moral fiber led by unemployment and so forth. One of our biggest obstacles is the development of our rural areas. And as a sector as well, we spearhead and we have a blueprint called the Invest Rural Master Plan, which speaks about holistic development for rural areas. Now, to achieve this, we can only do so if we have control over the land issue. No investor would want to invest and we have tried, if we don't have the full rights to the land. So the security of tenure issue is really a big issue, and we hope with this move we shall motivate other traditional communities to try and stand for what is right. I say if we want to right the wrongs of what we call the apartheid era, then this is one of the things that we certainly need to focus on. Mine as a leader of this community is to restore what has been lost. And my vision, as we have a development pillars that we have, which we have 4 development pillars that we have adopted. 1 is agriculture, 2 water, 3 energy, and the last safety and security. But for us to achieve that is only if we have the security of tenure. I want to say to AfriForum today, on behalf of Barolong Boo Seleka, we thank you, because it is a fact that traditional communities are under-resourced. And to do such things, to take such steps without any form of support is next to impossible. The legal route that we are taking can only be possible through the partnerships that we have, which is a partnership that derives really from the 1800s. So we are just walking in the footsteps of our forefathers as a nation. And to my nation, the nation that I'm sent to lead, Barolong Boo Seleka, my message to you is that are emeng, are direng, are tshwaraganeng, ka kutlwano, ka lerato, ka kopano, gore morafe wa rona o tlo atlege. Nothing is impossible, and I still proclaim even today that Thaba Nchu will be that place that was known as a place of small beginnings but mighty endings, and nothing is impossible. Ke le dumedisa ka pula. Pula Barolong.
Pula.
Thank you.
With that being said, I want to go back and acknowledge the presence of different media houses here today, and will invite them to have or to throw some questions if they have. But in the absence of any, okay, you may.
I want to be sure that I understand where we are right now. Are you saying you have acquired the ownership of the land, or are you still in the process of getting that? Where are we?
We are today announcing the commencement of that process. So, as we've said at the beginning, Barent explained the provisions of the law, and we have written to the minister using those provisions given by the law to make our request.
Any more questions? Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our media briefing today, and we want to thank you all for availing yourselves and coming in numbers to ensure that this historical event takes off successfully. Thank you very much, and may the Lord bless you all.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, Bua.